Hey guys, Jeff here from HeartTrustMarketing.com. Hey, had a few minutes today. I wanted to spend some time going through what I think is the toughest thing for any aspiring online entrepreneur to do, which is to decide on what kind of product they want to offer their market and to hit it spot on. Because what I see happening so many times is people have zero faith in their product, or they don't have 100% faith in their product, so it gets them down and they don't go and pursue the marketing as diligently as they would otherwise. If you 100% believe in your product, you're going to go all out and you're going to promote it and it's going to be successful. But so many people don't know if their product is a hit or a miss, and they don't believe in their mind. They have a lot of doubt and uncertainty in their mind. Number two, they pick a product based on maybe what they heard someone else is selling. And for them, number one, they don't understand the motivation that people have to buy it. Number two, they don't understand the market. And number three, they really don't feel a connection to that product or to the marketplace themselves. So out of the gate, they're going to be unsuccessful. There's zero chance in that case of them being successful, because you need all of those things to really be effective at promoting a product. On the positive side, if you hit with the right product, you're going to have an amazing amount of energy, amazing amount of confidence, an incredible amount of persuasion and influence naturally, even if it's not natural for you. Even if you're sitting there watching this today, and you think, I'm just not charismatic. I'm not an extrovert. I'm not somebody who has an easy job of selling or convincing people to buy something. I guarantee you, if you get the right product and you hit it on the mark and you have belief in that product and you understand the market, you're going to be influential. You're going to be, you don't have to be shouting from the rooftops. It's just that natural confidence in your product is going to come through. And it's going to be, 90% of the battle in effective marketing for your product. So what I wanted to do is walk through, we deal with people a lot in creating digital products. And for some of those people, their entire business is digital products. It's ebooks and courses and video programs and coaching, consulting, and speaking all around that particular product portfolio. There's another, I would say 30% of our client base where they sell maybe physical things. They have e-commerce, or they sell services. They're chiropractors, they're personal trainers, they're accountants, lawyers, where they see the value in branding themselves and creating some lead-in products around the digital product space. Or the other common thing we find is people cap out in their physical location for, let's say it's a chiropractor, personal trainer, some sort of a relationship counselor. They cap out in terms of either time or geographic location, where they just can't fit any more customers in. So what they'd like to be able to do is start packaging that knowledge and being able to distribute to the market at widely. And I've had customers where it's interesting. They've run a 20-year practice, and they've got a list of 1,000 customers that they see locally on a monthly basis. And yet, what happens is they all of a sudden, a major life transition happens where maybe their husband or their wife gets a job in another location. They have to all of a sudden pick up and move and leave that 20 years of history. And it's incredibly daunting for them. But what's great is they can then package up some of that knowledge, and we help them to target the audience so that they can put that into a digital product and they can run a business from anywhere at any time. And that's ideally what's great about this kind of business, is that if you can create your own product, not only do you have something to sell that you're passionate about and is going to sell, but you have something that you can actually scale up. You can create an introductory ebook, and then you can create a higher end digital video program, and then you can create an even higher end coaching program, group coaching program. And then you can put a membership site together, and you can create this immense amount of wealth, this tremendous product portfolio over time. That scales to as big as you want to make it, and you can do that from anywhere. You can do it from, it gives you complete mobility, and it gives you a lot more control over your time and your energy and your creativity. So let's get back to, the challenge people have when they enter this space is, how do I pick a market and a topic? And where a lot of people go wrong is they go way too general, or they adopt a topic that maybe someone else has had success with that they don't really understand. And so let me go through the two major steps that you need to have to be effective when you're creating these digital products. We've done over 20 digital products over the last decade or so. And many of those are still selling today. It's a great part of creating these products is they tend to be if they're evergreen, they tend to sell for again and again and again. It's I don't believe in total passive income, because you're always doing something towards selling. But the closest thing you can get towards passive income is creating once and selling many, many, many times. And once you put your marketing on autopilot, then you really do have 99% of a passive income product. And that's what's tremendous about this. A lot of people look at the pain of creating a product, and I'm going to actually put a link down below that will take you through an absolutely free 4-part program that was taken right from our $10,000 coaching program, that will take you through the exact steps that you need to take to put a product out, and you will be amazed. I guarantee if you take that program, you will be amazed at how quick this can happen. So we have many students that have market research, created a product, created a whole package, operationalized that means get it online, get it set up, and have marketed and launched it and made their first dollars within 30 days. Now, I guarantee you, if you can do that within 30 days for your first product, your next product, you can pull that in within 14 days. And now we can often launch products, we can create a product in a day or two and launch it within another day or two. So absolutely within 7 days, we can create a brand new product that sells from anywhere from $27 to $1,997, right? And launch that within 7 days. And it's just a matter of practice, repetition, understanding the system. I'm going to put a link below where you can take this free program. Like I said, it's absolutely free. And it will walk you through the 4 critical phases of that and show you actual examples and case studies. I was really leery to put this out for free because people tend to undervalue free. When you get something for free, maybe you don't believe it, or you don't try it, you don't take it as seriously. Some people don't even watch it, believe it or not. But I guarantee you the people that do are blown away. These are people that I've had testimonials. I've had people write me and say, you opened up an entirely new life for me. Because these people might have had wishes, dreams, and desires in the past. They knew they were capable of it. They just didn't know how to go about doing it. And some people have even tried it, but they've made some wrong turns. And I'm going to talk about 2 things today in this video that will get you instantly in the right direction, moving in the right direction, because these are the places where people take the wrong turns. So the first thing I want to talk about is, how do you pick a topic? And what's critical here is that you pick something that is of utmost challenge or is causing frustration in the minds of the people in your market. And you can find these by going up to Reddit forums. You can find it by looking at blog comments. You can find them by looking at comments on Amazon against books. You can actually study the products that are selling on Amazon and reverse engineer the frustration or the desire that's going into it. But the key point is, you don't just go into an area like, say, fitness or personal development or business or relationships and pick a general topic. What you're looking for is those 2 or 3 things that are causing the most challenge and frustration inside the minds of your clients. And I've talked to a lot of our clients and I say, you guys already know these things, because if you've got a job, if you're in a hobby, if you're in a relationship, if you're raising kids, if you're struggling yourself with diet and weight loss and health and fitness, then you already know some things that you've conquered, that you found a way to make small incremental improvements towards a bigger goal that you could share with people today that are already having pain around that. They're already experiencing tremendous frustration. How do they get rid of belly fat? If you've managed to lose 10 pounds, if you've managed to have a victory in raising your child, if you've managed to find one way to overcome stress or make your life more enjoyable, then that's what you start sharing with people. But you have to understand that going back, we have short memories, right? What leads us to action oftentimes is a challenge or a frustration. that leads us to finding a solution to the problem. We ask our friends, we go online, we research it, we try things, and then we figure something out. Once we figured it out, 2 or 3 days later, we forget that we even had a challenge in the first place. Right? So you got to go back and sort of think in the last 6 months, and we go through this in the program that I'm going to put a link to down below, the free program, is how to inventory your assets, how to actually go back and remember the challenges you already had and recognize the opportunity and the commercial potential in those challenges. Because it's amazing to me that each one of you watching this today has the potential to develop 5 to 10 products right now, based on your last 6 months of activity and knowledge, right? It's just you need to understand how to go back and find them and then target them, put the product together and launch that product. And I guarantee your life will change when you figure that out. So here's just a few examples, right? Off the top of my head, just in people we've worked with before. I've always wanted it, so I'm going to sort of go through some examples now that people have had. So many people have always wanted to write a book, right? It's been etched in their minds. They've wanted to write a book for decades, right? So that's something, if you've actually managed to develop a product, then you can help other people do the same thing. I've always wanted to become more confident in, and then you insert the situation. Could be more confident in a one-on-one relationship. Could be more confident amongst your peers at work. It could be more confident in front of a large group. Could be more confident in building friends. That's a big one too. We actually put out a product. And this was completely by accident. What happened was we were dealing with a personal development blog, and we were exploring, as we often do, is just different topics. And what we'll do is we'll throw out articles, and we'll put some advertising sometimes behind them, we'll syndicate them, or sometimes we'll just put them out there and see what the response is. But one of the articles we wrote for this personal development blog was on how to build your confidence so that you can build better friendships. That thing went wild. There was thousands upon thousands upon thousands of readers, and I got tons of comments on this, and still get comments today on that blog post. And we knew we had hit a nerve, and then started exploring that space and immediately put out a 10-step program for how you can form better friendships. And it was amazing to us that we stumbled upon that one. But these are the types of things that can happen. Another example, I want better kids, right? I want to raise better kids. And it's not, if you look at the challenge, you've got to understand it in the right way. A lot of people will suggest that you have a topic to be a better parent. Well, no, the topic's actually, how do I raise better kids? I don't want to necessarily be this general thing like a better parent, but I definitely damn sure want better kids. Right? So you've got to hone in on the specific desire, and it's often a selfish desire on the part of that person, given where they are at a given point in time, to find that challenge. Once you put your finger on that challenge, I guarantee you've got gold, because you can target it, and your product will almost sell itself because you've structured the product the right way. So many people that come to us for coaching over at infomarketerzone.com, it's where we do a lot of our week-by-week updates to higher-end entrepreneurs who do digital product marketing. What we'll find often is that people enter that membership site, enter our program, with products that they've tried in the past, and they're just missing the mark because they're way too general. They don't understand this aspect of going and honing in on a challenge, on a pain point, on a raw emotional pain point. And that leads me to my second point, is that you need to, for each one of these topics that we've talked about, right? I want to write a book. I want to become more confident in front of people. I want to raise better kids. I want to have better friends. Those are just some sample topics I'm giving you. What you need to do is then go into and ask yourself why. And specifically ask, why your market wants that. What's the emotional state? And sometimes you have to ask why a couple of times. And here's a couple of examples. So let's follow on. So the person who wants to and desires to write a book, when you say, why do they want to do that? Well, they probably want prestige, right? They want their friends to see that they've released a book. So some people don't care if it sells at all. They just want their name on the book, and to be able to say that I wrote a book, and show the people around them that I wrote a book, and show their peers, right? It just gives a certain amount of credibility and prestige. That's the emotional trigger. So why is that important? Well, it's important because now you know what the motivation for the product needs to be. You know what the title of the product needs to be. You need to know what your marketing campaign needs to be. You have all of it falls into place, and you become much more effective at developing the product, positioning it, launching it, and selling it once you understand what the emotional motivation is. So what about the person who wants to be more confident in speaking in front of a crowd? Well, there, again, it could be prestige. It could be avoiding embarrassment. So there's only two macro level reasons that people do things and want things, right? It's to avoid negative things, and it's to go after positive things. The avoiding negative things are things like embarrassment, right? Some sort of personal pain, some sort of frustration that they've been wrestling with forever, looking bad in front of other people, being lonely, being alone, right? Which gets us to the one that, if people want to know how to have better friends, well, there's really only a few reasons for that, right? Those friends are causing them pain today. They're causing them to be lonely because they don't have enough of them. They're feeling like their friends are pulling everything from them. They're getting nothing from their friends. Their friends are not allowing them to, a lot of friendships are networking and allow you to get to higher places. They support you. They build networks for you. If that's not what you have going today, then you know you need that, and you'll pay almost any price to get it. If you feel that's what's standing between you and success, you'll pay almost anything to get a solution to that problem. Okay, so I hope that was illustrative for you that, number one, you should be focused on products. And if you're struggling online right now, or if you're trying to get online and you haven't been successful, chances are you haven't found the right product. And the right product means it's commercially viable, but it also means it's something that you're passionate, interested in, and that you understand the market, you understand the emotional drive behind it. All of those things have to come together for you to be successful. And then number two, we talked a lot about how you need to understand the emotional state and how important that is in product planning, in product development, in how you launch your product, and definitely in terms of how you position, brand, the whole aspect of how you roll out your marketing campaign, your branding campaign, what content you produce, what ads you produce, what your landing pages look like, all comes from understanding the emotional desires, frustrations behind a product. Okay, so I'm going to put a link down below. You guys will love this program. I know it's going to open a lot of people's eyes. It already has. Want to hear your comments. If you have any questions on what we covered here today, if you have any questions on things that you're struggling with that we didn't cover, and I'd love to hear your comments on the content that we did cover, though. And was this helpful? Do we need to go deeper? Is there any questions that remain for you? Is there one area that you struggle with, maybe that you put your finger on as a result of this video? And whatever platform you're looking on this, I urge you to share it, because there's so many people that need to sort of take ownership of their knowledge, their creativity, their energy, of what they know. There's so many people sitting out there today that have the capability to do so much more with the knowledge they have than what they're doing, right? Than trading it for dollars in a job, than maybe missing the mark and just sharing it with a few people when they could be sharing it with the world and changing lives and earning a living doing it. What better way to earn a living than to spend a few weeks putting together what you've learned, what's helped you in your life, so you can help hundreds of thousands of other people and make a living doing it in a lifestyle that you love, right? Living where you want, spending time with the people that you want. It's to me, it's the business that everyone needs to be in one way or another. It's okay if you have a career and a job, but it doesn't hurt to have your own branding and your own products that are fueling into that industry. It's becoming more of the norm, by the way, is if you start to look at the elite people in companies, they typically have branded themselves. They've gone out and they've created their own published papers, their own digital ebooks in a lot of cases. I guarantee it will skyrocket you even in your career so that you get paid more, you get more prestige in your community, you get called on, you get more publicity, you get known. And it's the way to leapfrog, no matter whether you're in your own business, private life, or if it's, in a career and a job with a company. It's the fast track. It's the method you can use to fast track your success. So click on the link below. You'll find out a lot more detail about how to get into this business, how to plan, how to create products, how to launch them. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how simple it is once you understand the system. And I know you'll gain the confidence to go out and do it for yourself. I've seen it happen so many times where people have had life-changing situations, life-changing experiences when they've launched their own products, and wonder why they didn't do it 10 years earlier. Okay, so I hope that was useful. Leave your comments below, share the stream, and I'll be back at you very, very soon. Thanks for joining us today, especially you guys watching this on replay. All right, have a great day, guys.